Deepa, Rahul, Eshwar. Deepa has been very well heard during her articulations in the context of the Sabrimala controversy. Today, Deepa is with us to give us her point of views on secularism as to whether it is a sham or not.
Good evening, everybody. Well, I was just wondering when I was invited here, when I heard the names of all my co-speakers, I'd just like to say in the beginning, just before I start off, I'm Deepa Rahul Eshwar, and I'm not part of any political party. I'm not part of any particular ideology. I'm just an ordinary practicing Hindu, a proud Indian, a proud Hindu. I was born and brought up in an ordinary practicing Hindu family, where I was taught by my parents that we have to be inclusive. We need to accommodate all religions. I work in a firm, in a software firm back in Trivandrum in Kerala, where as part of my profile, we were just talking about calendars. So as part of my job profile, I need to prepare the holiday calendar for my organization. And I am a person who makes extra effort to note that if I have an extra Hindu holiday in my calendar, I will make it a point to add an extra Hindu holiday as well in my calendar. And then came a day when the biggest verdict, a verdict that changed our lives, came out. The verdict of the Sabrimala young women entry. That is the day that I'll never forget, the 28th of September 2018. That is the day when I realized that my faith is being questioned. What I believed as a child, that the Lord Ayyappa at Sabrimala is Naishtika Brahmachari, and why young women are not supposed to enter the Sabrimala, is my faith. And I am fully entitled to my faith, as is every Christian and every Muslim. So to me, I immediately felt that this is unfair. And if this is a moment, I need to stand up and talk for my faith. And if I don't do that, I'll have to take back what I said in the beginning, that I'm a proud Hindu. And my husband, Rahul Eshwar, started off a campaign, Save Sabrimala. And as part of the campaign, when he went to jail, I had to come out in the media, take his space, talk to the media, and tell them out there that this is not being communal. This is not about gender equality. This is about believing in one's own faith. And do you know the funniest part of it all? The first body that we all relied upon was the Kerala government, me being a Keralite, the government that I voted out there, and the government there who produced or submitted an affidavit at the High Court that Sabrimala is a secular temple. Can you believe it? Have you ever heard of a secular temple? Have you ever heard of a secular church or a secular mosque? My friends, there is no secular temple. It's a Hindu temple that fundamentally has Hindu beliefs, Hindu traditions, Hindu rituals, and Hindu habits there, which is open to people of all religions who believe in these Hindu traditions. That is not a secular temple. It's a Hindu temple, and people who believe in the traditions of that temple. And if you are not a believer, and if I say that this is my faith, immediately I am branded communal. Does that make me not secular? So if I say that my faith has to be protected, does it mean that I'm adding communal angles to the Indian flag? That brings me to the next point that I wanted to say. We have been talking about celebrating 150 years of Mahatma Gandhi. And what are we saying? The most beautiful symbol of secularism would be the Indian flag in itself, where Mahatma Gandhi has himself detailed that saffron stands for Hinduism, white stands for Christianity, and green stands for Islam. And we have to stand united. Now this does not mean, this has been clearly mentioned on April 13th, 1921, in the Young India publication by Mahatma Gandhi, that this is the detailing of the Indian flag. But yes, there is a group of people who find it very difficult to accept all faiths. My friends, to me, secularism is not negation of faiths. To me, secularism is pluralism. I come from a Hindu community where crores of Hindus go to a church and a mosque before going to Sabrimala to offer their prayers. They go to the church and they also go to the Babar Swami mosque before walking up, trekking all the way as part of their 41-day pilgrimage to visit Lord Ayyappa at Sabrimala. To me, secularism is a beautiful feeling where the RSS has a Muslim munch and a Christian munch. To me, ladies and gentlemen, the word of more beauty is not secularism, it's pluralism. But sadly today, secularism is being used as a stick by the left liberals. I'm sorry to be so specific. I've always been shy to use the word so openly, but yes, sadly, secularism is used as a stick by the left liberals to beat up anyone else who comes up with a different viewpoint than theirs, to shut their mouths. Because just like how my respected opponents here said, when you talk about secularism, when you talk about respecting the Constitution, when you talk about having no religion, no faith, one religion, one faith, you get a lot of applause. But the reality, ladies and gentlemen, is that secularism is pluralism. It's about celebrating all faiths. It's about accepting that if I am a Hindu, I am a Christian as well. And if I have Hindu faiths, that faith has to be respected. Mr. Pavan Sharma here was talking about the fact that we need to learn to live together with respect to each other. And the first thing that has to come here, if you need to live in harmony, live by respecting each other, you have to respect their faiths, their beliefs. You cannot come out there one fine day and say that your faith is a sham. And if you're talking against what we call as secularism, then you're being communal. Maybe your idea of secularism in itself is a sham. And this is what makes me believe that what we need here is pluralism. And that's the idea I propose. Thank you.